these little, minor problems. Again, the complex is not perfect, that's clear. I don't think any complex could be. But it is what it is, so.
Do we have an idea how much all these things
Well, with the pool we just discussed, so that's 70 whatever. And I'll by the way, I will get that invoice ready out this afternoon for I don't know if you have a special assessment, I don't know if you have it in reserve, I don't know what you will do, so it's up to you how you pay for it. So,
would it not make sense, and I think we talked about this before, having each unit owner pay whatever it is, $300, $400 within the entire complex going toward the reconstruction of the pool?
I don't follow the question. Say that again.
As opposed to looking at an assessment and breaking it up, why not have each unit owner pay whatever it comes to, $400?
Equally?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can answer that for you. We can't do it that way.
And why not?
Well, there are condo docs that say how it has to be done. So actually,
What would be the same percentage?
Yeah. no, I just- I
yeah,
would-
so whatever it is, I don't know what you have in reserve over there. So it would be the 63, the 21, and 16. And then if you have, like we have reserve in the pool, so, I don't know that it would do that, but, we would pay 63%. So, no, it cannot be done that way, to answer your question. That's not, it has to be done by what the condo docs say. Okay, is the board done? We can open up for questions, or, oh, go ahead, Fred.
Did you put what I asked? Hold on just a second. Did you put what I asked about the assault at the pool? Or do we not talk about it?
No, we're not going to
Okay.
discuss that. That's a different issue.
Good.
Okay?
Good.
Folks, do you have any questions? Hi, Robert.
Thank you. I just want to follow up with what you were discussing with the fence where the whitefly problem was. If the board has considered, you just said I think vines are not going to be possible, and I think that's good. I don't think they should be, but has the board considered the possibility of using clusia, which a lot of the local companies say is really the best possible hedge thing? It does not have problems. There's no whitefly. It doesn't matter if it's sunny. It doesn't matter if it's whatever. It's just arty. And I just wondered if the board has considered that, how much it might cost, and also if they can't do that all at once, which I would understand, perhaps in segments as we would go. Because, and the reason I ask this is even if it's not an ordinance, it's a privacy issue, and also just the look of the building. It kind of contributes to our prison-like atmosphere as you come in the building. It would be nice to, so that's my question, if you don't mind.
Yeah. It turns out that the city has an arborist, and we'll be working closely with them to see what they recommend. But yes, we have considered clusia in the past.
Okay.
And our only concern is, we don't want to hedge this wide, blocking the view as you pull out. We want something
Right.
neater,
Right.
So we'll be working with the arborist to make sure we do it right.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And you haven't talked about a budget or anything like that for that?
No.
Yeah.
So, but there was an issue. It wasn't just putting a hedge back.
Right.
Do you remember what the issue was?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
let
not
him
sure
answer.
what the issue was.
Oh, well, there's the north part of the fence,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that will not work.
You mean because there's not enough room for clusia?
Correct.
But that's a rather small area. Yeah.
Well, it's bigger than you may think, and plus, what would we put there? Leave it open? Fake? Somebody suggested fake. Somebody suggested a vine. So the idea with the vine, you're given a situation. What do you do? Do you want it to look awkward? Some people may not care. Some people may care. We don't know. So it was my opinion that it should have all looked uniform. So that's why the vine was considered, because the vine can, we can kind of direct it. It wouldn't happen overnight. But, so the city has to get back to us with regard to the hedge was dead and the whitefly issue.
My 2 cents, I wouldn't worry so much about that little area. I think we could figure something out.
Okay.
But what was I gonna say? But vines, I think in general are problematic for lots of different reasons, not the least of which is rodents and other problems that they just don't, you know,
Yeah.
they don't grow easily. It's not,
Yeah.
really, they need to be maintained, and I don't think we have the capacity.
Well, the clusia would have to be maintained too. It's
True,
a
but
great,
they're-
no, it's not, no, it's, what do you do with North Park? That was it.
Okay, I hear you. I'm just throwing in my 2 cents since I
No,
got a
no,
chance to
it's
talk.
welcome.
We'll find something.
I
We'll
know you
find
will.
something.
Thank you
We'll do the best we
thank you
can.
for taking my question.
There's also the idea of, Marilyn, there's also an idea of the last, I'm gonna guess here, 20 feet on the north side.
Right.
And where it's too thin.
Right.
To put in on the fence, let me know if you can do that or not, but that's artificial. And the last same amount, 20 feet on the south end, so then it's uniform, and you don't have to worry about the, it being so narrow there for a plant to grow.
Right.
Especially on this end, the north end, it's important to have that, something there because it is so loud. And that people sit there at the light, they have their radios on,
Yeah,
and
exactly. It is also a sound barrier, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's privacy and a sound barrier, and
Yeah.
it looks so much better, especially with all those beautiful homes
We'll work
across
with
the
the
way.
arborist, I'm sure he'll
Okay.
have
Yeah. Thank
suggestions
you.
with
So that's
things we
another
haven't
thing.
even thought of.
Right,
This is
thank
a
you
man
very much
that's
for your
just,
time, I
yeah.
appreciate it.
Hi, Wendelin.
wait, I'm not done yet.
Oh, sorry.
So also with the, see if we can, and I think I've asked this before, but I don't remember what you said, Tony. Because on the north side, we also have the fourth gate. If it works, if we can, the thought is to also put the artificial on the gate, so then you have privacy, sound privacy.
Oh, that's
what
a
you
good
look at,
idea.
and you put it on both the outside and facing inside, unless you can buy a product that has it on both sides, but usually it's only one-sided where you attach it. But it's usually only like that thick, I believe. So then if it's attached, you continue the uniformity, and you really cut down on that noise, because I've been out there sometimes, I did some,
Like a wraparound with that entire end.
yeah. I think that's
good
important,
idea.
because people that live right there on that corner,
That's a problem, and
Yeah.
also for the people who have not scoped out the hood and things they can do to come in here and steal something, that's also privacy, so they're not just staring right in at where you could come in and steal bikes, for example,
Yeah.
so that's a good idea, I think.
yeah, because wasn't there an incident that people are coming in over the bike house or something, or?
Well, that's an Oakland Park issue. They're always gonna do that because bikes, I guess, are a commodity in Oakland Park.
Yeah, but do they use that to crawl over?
Oh, no, I think they jump over
They
the
came
wall.
from the other side of the
On the
wall.
other, that wall, you can't put spikes on it.
What about some electric lines? No, I'm just kidding.
Torture is death.
Just a dead body.
Yes, Wendelin?
I wondered if we had an ETA for the canopy that we had,
Oh, God.
if that is still up.
Waiting for the city's permit, I think we. got the
Another
permit.
mess.
Yeah.
I think we're over 6 months waiting for that permit. So last week it was, and I had given Aaron a big printout, what do you call that, blueprint. I don't know, I gave him the normal size, but it's the recorded one. I don't know what they're looking for, so, the company, it was given to her. I said, can you, because she works in the same place. She dropped it off. They got really upset about that. Either one of us or the company had to bring it in. So it is what it is.
So it's not on order, it's still waiting for just permits still, correct?
It's
Many
on
months. I really think we're in May. It's more than 6 months. I think it's more like 7
We got
months.
the deposit, they applied for the permit, and we're hanging on them.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Ms. Lamke.
I just wanted to thank David on behalf of myself and of many of the absentee landlords that I'm in touch with for bringing some attention to the work that needed to be done. Thank you.
Then I have a question.
Mhm.
I'd like it a little further explained what this $2,000 is. Is this a $2,000 salary for yourself? for
No, I already
maintaining?
explained that, apparently you
Well,
didn't
no, I
hear.
guess I missed it.
Yeah, you did. So the issue is, I want to be done with everything up in that office. That's been made very clear. So the replacement is not gonna be as foolish as me. They will have to be compensated. So when that replacement comes, how much, that's what we've decided will be the reimbursement once I am out of there.
So you're not getting.
Correct. You're concerned, yeah.
All
No,
right, that's
yeah.
all. You don't have to get snarky.
Oh, yeah,
But
okay.
just, can I ask, okay, but we can't get another volunteer to do that job?
No.
It has to be a paid job? Nobody else can volunteer if they want to volunteer to do it?
No.
Well, how would somebody volunteer to do the books and get estimates? Do you really think that's,
Hey, there's a
that's
lot of-
reality?
There's a lot of retired people here. that
Oh,
have
well,
plenty of
I don't,
time
I
on
don't
their
think
hands.
No.
that's reality. I
Okay,
don't see
no, just
that
a
as
question.
reality. Yes.
What seems to be the difficulty with replacing you on the Shores Board?
No, not
sorry,
board.
Board, excuse me, as the manager.
Oh, okay, well,
What
that's a
is the
good, that's a really good question. Ads will put in, you know, the internet things, and Peg and I think it was about 6 or 7 we interviewed at length. And some of them said they were licensed, and then come to find out they weren't. Their resumes looked good, and then some of them, those resumes were, how shall I use the word, embellished? Is that a good word?
Like Santos, right.
Okay, well, no, there's more. Then there was a little bit of a shock at
That's a
seeing the
River
length
Shores
of,
issue, actually.
huh?
That's a River Shores topic, actually.
Well, she asked, so let's,
But it's a River Shores topic.
Well, but-
Middle
I don't
River
think
Club
you have the
topic. It's out of
floor.
order.
yeah. So, well, no, so you understand, because somebody's gonna be managing Middle River Club.
Because he brought it up.
Yeah, so, what was the other, oh, the length of time they're working in this particular management, not me, but a particular, it's not years, it's months, a year, 2 years max. It seemed they changed jobs, and we were looking for somebody with a little more stability, right? What other, Peg?
Also, we
Yeah.
had people that applied from Port St. Lucie. We had people that applied from South Miami. I mean, if there was an emergency here or even ordinary business, it's a long distance haul for a manager. We want somebody who can be nearby and be accessible in a pinch.
Wait a minute, then there was like for the other night, the plumbing, the sewer went in Bristol, so I was here. So we're gonna have to have somebody relatively close just in case there's a problem. Oh, and we looked into a management company. We were fair. As a matter of fact, one of the River Shores residents made a recommendation, and we
Followed up.
followed up. We met with the guy, he was a great guy. He provided a sample contract. I didn't look at the contract, however, the 2 board members did, and they were not inclined to sign such a contract. Okay?
May-
Go ahead.
May I ask what companies? Because
No, it was one company, no, it was, what was the name of
Service
this?
Residential,
I don't, do you remember the name of the company? The guy was great.
Yeah. he
I
was
just,
great.
when you started reading the details, nobody would, you know, there was like a,
Was that the guy that was retired and he wanted weekends and holidays?
no, we're talking about the company, the guy that came on the Saturday, we sat down with him. I mean, he was very chatty, he was great,
Yeah, yeah.
but you read I didn't read it, you guys read it, and then you said, no, nobody would, like, there was a 5% on all projects.
Yeah.
but you're
Yeah.
saying that your position over in River Shores, that would include this position on the board? Like, again.
No, on the board, no, for management, no. There's I do the managing for River Shores.
Yes.
I take care of Middle River Club foolishly, because it's not much work itself. The work is not a big deal. The politics are a big deal.
Could we separate the 2 jobs? Meaning you hire somebody for River Shores, and then we look for a manager
Well, that's
for,
what I said,
I mean,
a
for
volunteer.
this.
Right, a
You
volunteer.
separate-
Not a volunteer.
Well, no, I don't know that's wise, Gwendolyn, and I'll tell you why. Because everything has to come out of that office. A few years ago, it was asked for both buildings if they wanted to take over the manager. Oh, you remember? You don't remember? And nobody, you couldn't even get the mail. Neither building wanted to do anything, because that was an offer made. So you could do a better job, do it. So nobody wanted to do it. So it remained there. We were even gonna put a mailbox here. No, somebody taking the mail, it was gonna be a whole problem. So it still remains up there. River Shores is still a majority holder of Middle River Club. It is the way it is. We did not write those condo docs, okay? So it makes sense, everything runs out of that office, and one individual takes care of it. The management company, and again, guys, you could, I don't have to do all the talking. If you want to add something, it just does not make sense otherwise. So Steve, he goes up there, Basil, that's the central office. The clicker, it's all one place. It cannot be in the clubhouse.
It can't really work separately.
We can't leave a computer down here to lock it in the closet, pull it out. I mean, it just makes no sense. So that is the legal and official address of Middle River Club, Inc. It has always been, it was offered to go to the two buildings. Let me reiterate that very clearly. You want to take over, you want to do it, it was offered. Nobody wanted to do it. So that's the way it is.
How far back was that? I mean, I don't remember that.
I don't think it was all that far back. Probably just, if you don't remember, then it was just before you. And everything would have went, go, do it. Yes, Mr. Basist.
Yeah, is there any indication, if provided we do go ahead with the work on the pool and the deck, any idea what the timetable would be and how long would it take to do the work? Because
Okay.
some of us need to find alternative pool.
That's a great question. So now that the,
would it be closed, the pool?
That's what he's asking.
right. So now that the board approved this, I didn't know. I will write the guy and ask him, and then you will get notice. No, well, that all depends on weather. I don't set the time. The vendor sets the time.
Is there any
Talking about
estimates?
a reminder of when it's going to happen, rather than saying, starting tomorrow, the pool is closed.
Well, I don't know how
Courtesy.
River Bend does it. I know how River Shores does it.
Yeah.
So River Shores sends notice out quite a bit on issues and whatever. So I can't answer how.
Speaking for Riverbend.
Okay.
Keep our unit owners up to date.
Okay, well
Very
then
well.
I guess what he's saying is just simply not accurate.
No,
Okay.
like, just like we got notice of this meeting, a
48 hours
day ahead of
before.
time.
2 days.
2 days.
Oh.
2 days, 10 o'clock in
Oh.
the morning.
Okay, so that's what the legal notice requirement is.
Well, say that then. Legal notice requires, not consideration of all the residents. Don't put it on River Bend or don't put it on River
Okay,
Terrace.
so if you heard me before, I was very clear. I just got that last bid Monday. So soon, I was waiting for it for well over a week. I had to remind the guy, so soon as I got it, then we were able to have the meeting.
I would imagine that the vendor would give you an estimate of time.
Of course.
even though we
So when I
understand
write
it
him
may not.
today that the board has approved this,
Right.
then he will respond. Will he
So
respond?
it's not, you don't have an estimate at this time? of the-
No, because I wasn't sure which one was going to be voted. I presumed which one, but I couldn't, we had to have the meeting. So now I will be able to write him and say, when do you think you could start the job? I'll send you a deposit. We have to get some money in.
The length I'm talking about, are they estimating
He'll
3
he'll
months
answer
or
it.
4 months?
No, I don't think it's going to be that long, but I have to ask him. I don't know.
Well, that's good, I want you to ask him.
I'm going to. So, any other questions? Yes.
This space in here, why can there not be an office here with 4 walls and a locked door to have a computer and a person to man it, and just my 2 cents?
Okay, do you all want to answer that? Because I think I've answered it slightly.
think that was considered before, and we considered the hours that it's open, and it just wouldn't work.
Hours can always be subject to change, I mean,
Right.
on availability.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know nothing about